Oh, hey, what's going on? Have you ever had issues with weeds underneath your fruit trees? If so, we're going to be showing you how we weed proof the bottom of our fruit trees as well as feed them. So let's jump right into it. All right, so the first thing we do before we put the weed barrier is we're going to want to feed the tree. Whether you're going to use chicken manure or compost, you're gonna want to put that down first before your weed barrier. So you're going to apply that. Now, if you want to get your weeds out completely, that's up to you. We've done that. We've also just put down the weed barrier before we do that. All I'd recommend before you start putting down all your compost is make sure that you have a good clearing around the trunk from weeds. Okay, so like anywhere from 10 to 12 inches radius around the trunk of the tree. Once you put everything down, if you have weeds around the trunk, it's going to be a lot easier for those weeds to come up and take over underneath the tree. The next thing is you're gonna wanna get you some either ram board. You can use builder's paper. The only thing about builder's paper is it's really thin. Ram board is nice because it's a very thick material, and I'll show you the dimensions here that we use on that. It's a little bit pricey, but I feel that it's worth it. But you can also use cardboard boxes. You can use paper feed sacks, work really nicely. And I'm sure there's some other things that y'all could think of. We've also used burlap sacks. We've used burlap sacks and they work well also as a weed barrier. Okay, so once you get the compost laid down, okay, and you spread all that out real nice and even, and again, or I should mention that there's no specific ratio on the compost. If you have just a little bit of compost, then just use a little bit. If you have, lots of it, then add a little bit more liberally, like we're doing in the video here. After that, once you've applied the compost, then you're going to come in with your weed barrier, which we're using ram board in this video, right? It works really nicely. We're not sponsored by them or anything like that. We've learned that it's very effective. Now the ram board that we're using is 38 inches, okay, as far as the width. And it works perfectly when you're putting it around the fruit tree because we just make a big square. And what's cool is it ends up being doubled up all around. And if you're dealing with Bermuda weeds, I would highly recommend using or doubling up on your materials as far as your weed barriers. Definitely double up, and you can even triple up on it because Bermuda is just awful. And then you're going to come in after that with your mulch, and you're going to cover it with some wood mulch, whatever mulch that you prefer, and get that covered in real nicely. I like to do anywhere 10 to 12 inches because that's going to rot down over time and it's going to set down. It's going to start dropping, okay, because it's going to decompose. So 10 to 12 inches for mulch, and then you can water it in when you're done with all that. We've just had rain recently, so we're not going to do that. I hope you'll give this a shot. It's super easy, effective, and your fruit trees will love you for it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have some tips for me or anyone else that's watching this video, be sure to leave it in the comment section. Let us know what you've done to keep weeds out from under your fruit trees. All right, while we're gonna go get some chicken manure from the coop, I was walking through the garden and remembered I can go ahead and give the chickens just a little bit of fresh green. So here's some lettuce, got some chard over here. You can cut these all the way down to the ground like that and they will come back as long as you water them in. There you go, babies. Good evening snack. All right, getting a little evening scratch here. Get off there. All right, we're gonna take some of this manure. It's just got pine shaving bedding mixed in real nicely. We're gonna throw that in here with that little bit of that compost.